You should get and build Hoshiguma altar. Long answer. This entire video.
Defender Operator Hoshiguma, reporting in once again. Special Inspection Unit Chief? Yep, that'll be my job title soon. Though on roads I'm just Operator Hoshiguma. It's more chill for me that way.
どう攻めるかだけ考えてくれれば大丈夫だ。ああ、どれほど無茶な作戦でも問題はない。存分にやりたいようにしてくれ。隊員の身の安全は私が保証する。
Operator Hoshiguma, an Oni from Higashi. She was recently promoted to become the head of Lungman Guard Department's Special Inspection Unit. And after her visit to her hometown in Higashi, she has revealed more about her past to us. Such as that she was once a very important member of the Yakuza in Higashi's southern court capital. With this information, we also have updated her profile, mainly regarding her combat experience. That turns out to be more than 20 years. Also, upon her return from Higashi, her shield that was damaged by Operator Chen has been reforged. Alright, the final member of Hong Kong SWAT has finally got her altar. And is also the game's newest limited character. And we'll talk about why you should consider getting and building her. Hoshiguma the Breacher is our first ever 6-star Arts Protector, or Arts Defender. Whichever you want to call it. As the name suggests, Arts Defender is mainly an arts damage tank. Who can take a good hit of arts damage, thanks to their resistance and other abilities. Not only that, their role also includes arts damage dealer. Their normal attacks deal physical damage, but whenever they use their skill, their damage will turn into arts. All arts defenders before Hoshi can deal a decent arts damage. But never really enough to be compared with a true arts dealer, like caster or arts guard. However, that's not the case for Hoshi Alta. As you will see, she can deal devastating arts damage. Another thing that makes Hoshi Alta unique compared to the rest of Arts Defender is her extended range. This is likely a reference to her original version, which also has that extra range. And it will surely come in handy for Hoshi Alta. Especially for her offensive recovery skill. Moving on, this is her general stats. Like your average defender, she got a tanky stats. Although the HP and defense might be slightly lower than some defenders. But she has a higher resistance to make up for it, in fact higher than any other defender archetype. This resistance plus her other abilities will surely make her a very tough arts tank. However, she also has a relatively expensive deployment cost. So you typically won't be able to deploy her as your first unit on the field. Next up is her talent. For her talent 1, simply put, she has 2 HP bars. You have the usual blue. And whenever this HP is depleted to 0, instead of being retreated, she will enter what I call a red HP state. In this red HP, she still performs normally. But every damage she took will fill up the red HP bar. Once it is full, which is about 200% of her current max HP stat, she will retreat. And unfortunately, you cannot heal her while in red HP. Or at least that's what the description says. Because you actually can still heal her using passive healing. Like from Thorn's Altar. Blamey Shine. And Bard Supporter. Ija Alta Skill 1 can also recover Hoshi Element Circle while in red HP. And if you don't have anyone else to heal her red HP, Hoshi Talent 1 does come with the ability to recover from this red HP state, which will activate if she doesn't take any damage for 5 or 4 seconds with potential. And sadly it's only for the red HP. This talent HP recovery won't do anything to the blue one. But overall this first talent is an amazing ability to increase her survival. And in a way, thanks to this, she becomes the defender with the highest HP in the game. Next, this is her second talent. This one is pretty simple compared to talent 1. But it is still quite strong. Because it will give her resistance and attack buff, the lower her HP gets. And this talent works nicely with her talent 1. Because during red HP state, she should already get maximum buff from talent 2, making her more durable against arts damage, as well as increasing her damage output. Next up, this is her potential upgrade. You got stuff that will reduce her cost, her redeployment time, increasing defense, and improving her talent 1 by reducing the HP recovery time requirement from 5 to 4 seconds. A nice duplicate upgrade. But overall Hoshi Alter is already amazing even without one. Moving on, let's see her module, which should be available during Silver Ash Alter event. Probably in April. Hoshiguma Alter got the X module, which is the same as other arts defenders. This module adds additional arts attack whenever Hoshi attacks, or being attacked. But keep in mind, this only works when her skill is active. The additional damage is nothing big. But because it is still an extra hit, I find its true usefulness is against hit count checks. As you can see, without module she needs exactly 5 hits to trigger the turret. But when you have it, it only needs 3 hits. And I'm sure you who play IS-6 know exactly how valuable it is. Other than this trade upgrade, Hoshi will also get HP and attack boost. As for the upgrade, it will enhance her second talent. In stage 2 it will reduce the HP requirement, making it so that she can get maximum buff faster. And when at max buff, she will get additional attack boost. And in stage 3 it will just further improve the upgrade. Overall it's a really good module. It improves her performance in both offensive and defensive department, as well as giving improvement against hit count checks. Once it's available, you should consider unlocking and upgrading it. Though I feel like without module she is mostly fine already. So in case there's someone else who benefits more from module, might want to prioritize them first. Alright, let's talk skills. Hoshi Alter skill 1 is an infinite duration skill. Once active, it will permanently increase her defense and attack. It also provides a damage reflect utility. Any enemies who attack her will get hit by arts damage. Moreover, if you got her module, basically Hoshi will deal additional damage forever. The most noticeable downside of this skill is that it is a defensive recovery. Although with only 15 SP, it's hardly a problem. Overall it's a decent starter skill. But in general you better use or mastery her other skills instead. And the reason is that this kind of skill is quite map dependent to make the most out of it. Typically it's best to use in a stage full of ranged units. Also for a counter attack skill, it doesn't have the most important part. And that is increasing her aggro. So you will have to deploy and position her carefully in order to gain all the benefits from this skill. Next, her skill 2. Objectively her best choice for AFK skill, and it's also her only source for blue HP recovery. So, what this skill does is that Hoshiguma will throw her shield. It will circle around her for one loop, damaging all enemies it touches, as well as inflicting slow and 15% of the damage dealt by the shield will be converted to healing. By the way, the attack source is not only from the shield, because Hoshi will also use her katana to attack, dealing lower damage than her current attack stat. However, she deals 3 hits and attacks multiple enemies equal to block count. Overall, it's an amazing DPS and self-sustain skill. She can easily kill swarms and even some elite enemies. And thanks to the shield, it's a very effective way to counter hit count checks. The healing from this skill is also really good. Depending on the stage, she can effectively solo a lane. And if she ever entered red HP state, this skill will help to recover her back quickly to blue HP. Again, the most noticeable downside is that this skill is an offensive recovery. But with only 6 SP cost, it's hardly a problem. Not to mention, thanks to her extra range, she doesn't need to wait to block an enemy to start attacking and gaining SP. Last but not least, her skill 3. She will expand her range, increase max HP and attack. Now we'll start attacking 3 enemies, and each attack deals damage twice. This skill provides really amazing damage. I would say enough to be called a boss killing skill. And makes her comparable to the top damage dealer caster or arts guard. You must not also overlook the max HP bonus. It will make her able to take significantly more hits in blue HP state. And it mixes so well with her talent 1 red HP, which make her able to tank even more damage. The extra range is also useful to reach a normally unreachable target by a melee unit. And by the way, she can hit flying enemies with this skill. Okay, that's the normal part of the skill. As for the other part, whenever you manually deactivate this skill, Hoshi will gain the following effects for the next 11 seconds, indicated by the skill effects turning from blue to red. Her attacks now increase to dealing 4 hits and gain temporary immortality. But what's unique is that she can also share this immortality to units inside her range. If those other units take fatal damage, the damage will be transferred to Hoshi so that they can stay on the field, while Hoshi herself will be forced to retreat once this effect ends. This temporary immortality is a very unique and valuable skill, because now you can play even more aggressively, like placing a unit right in front of a boss face and letting them deal damage without the fear of being defeated until the next 11 seconds. I'd like to mention Hoshi also has good synergy with previous limited Extra Altar, specifically with her skill 3. Because when Hoshi is retreated, you can use Apple Pie skill to call her back immediately. And the initial SP bonus from her skill 3 should make Hoshi use her skill 3 again almost instantly. For skill mastery priority, she is M6 worthy. Skill 2 for AFK and make her a strong self-sustain unit, while skill 3 is a more versatile option. But I'd say you go with her skill 3 first, because it has much more usefulness than skill 2. The mastery gain is also more rewarding. Aside from stats boosts, it will improve her initial skill activation wind up time significantly, so she can activate the skill quicker after deployment. And if you're low on resources, lucky for you, the breakpoint for S3 is at M1, where Hoshi will target another enemy from 2 to 3. After this, you can either go finish M3 this skill, or start focusing on skill 2. On skill 2 I especially recommend you try to get it to M2, because it will reduce the skill cost. It literally just a single digit, but can play a big part since it's an offensive recovery skill. Skill 1 is pretty much a skip. It's actually a good skill, and the damage reflectability sure has its own use. But like I said, her other skills are typically better. Besides, skill 1 mastery gain is rather weak. As for her base skills, all of her skills are in the control center. Skill 1 will make her increase mastery training speed, and skill 2 will increase factory productivity if she is partnered with another LGD operative. So the most suitable partner will be either OG Swire or Chen. So ladies and gentlemen, that is why you should get and build Hoshiguma Altar. No doubt one of the best defender we have right now. Thanks to her versatility and unique skill. She should be a very strong choice to be used in most daily content, or even advanced like high difficulty integrated strategies. And speaking about IS mode, she's a great starter for that mode, or to have eventually when the stage is to get serious. But don't take my word for it, just take a look at this most used operator data from Arknights CN. Arknights Global will probably be the same case, after some time after her release. Hoshi Altar is also a great unit for new players, because she is easy to use, versatile, and you already get the most out of her in Elite 1 promotion. So yes, if you're watching this around her debut, make sure to try to get her. But I also understand, right now during her debut, the biggest reason to skip her is actually not because of her gameplay, but because right after her, we will have a crossover event with Ave Mujica, which also has strong new units. And compared to Hoshi Altar, they are true limited, that will probably never come back to the game. That should be all. Adios.